35 Sierra Papa, going to start our VFR descent to the water.
35 Sierra Papa, radar service is terminated, change advisory frequency approved.
Roger VFR, 35 Sierra Papa.
Okay, let's get set up for listening to Smith Mountain Lakes area there. That frequency is set and put in. We're going to disable the terrain warning system so it doesn't scream at us the whole flight. You don't want to get used to ignoring that. Alright, that's set. So it stands to be an interesting day in the water, and I say that because getting into late summer, and we had one of those calm, clear nights, as the FAA puts it. Right, when you go take the knowledge test, they have so many questions that are phrased like on a clear, calm night. And what that means is we had a lot of radiation heat leave, so the ground got a lot cooler, the air got a lot cooler, so we're going to have an inversion. But what makes it interesting down here is I checked the water temperature, and the water temperature is still almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and the air temperature down here is going to be closer to like 65 down low, and then warmer above, or about 70 where we are right here. So we're going to have kind of these stacked inversion layers between the water and the air, and the air and the air above it. So I don't really know exactly what that's going to be like this morning, aside from it'll be not usual, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's start our descent check for the water. We're going to turn the landing light on to pulse. Bilge pump comes on. Our landing gear is up. So our pre-water landing checklist is complete. Kind of what I'm expecting is areas like steam fog is coming off the water, areas of very calm water next to areas of pretty stiff winds. Our lake isn't big enough to really create its own weather, but it'll definitely create some wind patterns, localized wind patterns on a morning like this, drawing towards the center of the lake. The last few days flying a number of different aircraft, but they were all much bigger and much faster. So this first couple of minutes of lake flying, I just got to remind myself that we are a slow, leisurely airplane. Right? 60 knots is normal. We're not falling out of the sky here. Water's clear in front of us. I can go down and pick up this long straight stretch, hopefully do our first splash there. And looking at the water, yeah, we've got areas that are very calm. I don't know if I can call them glassy yet, but no ripples on top at all. And then around this curve, pretty good sign of wind. The tiniest little puffs of morning fog still hanging onto the trees there, and they're not really moving at all. It could be an interesting little shear layer going down below the treetops here. Water is not clear. Can't tell what that is yet. It's a bunch of birds. We're going to give them plenty of space. There we go. Good morning, birds. Now clear ahead. Yeah, we're on. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, the air temp right here is about 60 degrees. So we got almost 20 degrees difference between the water temperature and the air temperature. And the main interaction there being, of course, the air right down there on the water surface is getting heated up. So we get some bubbles, a little lifting action, a little wind on the water, as you can see. Like I say, you don't have to go too high up until the air above us is much warmer. So even heating the air up here on the surface, it doesn't get to rise too far, or it meets that warmer air above it, and it's got nowhere to go. So we have this interesting mix of very stable air that is also moving around pretty good. I don't know if you can see the wisps of steam fog there on the water, but they're just tracking the river as we go instead of blowing in any, uniform compass direction. They're just blowing along downstream with the river. Get some boat activity. You can start seeing those lines developing down the river here as that wind speed's picking up on us. Now up at altitude here, it's relatively calm. It's not calm. It's about 5 knots out of the west there, but compared to what it looks like it's doing down on the water, quite different. All right, water's clear ahead. We'll start that descent run. Or approach run, I guess, start at descent. That engine power where we just hear it start to rumble. That's a good indicator. We're right there around that 3,000 RPM we're looking for our approach. Water's clear. Got a little dark spot ahead in the water that I'm using as a reference. Right there, a few feet off the water, throttle back, put the center of the boat on the water, and there we are. Lie down low for a few minutes here, find myself what it feels like to be an appropriate ground effect, a few feet off the water. Obviously scanning ahead for any boats that are making their way out into the channel with us. So far so good. Got at least one over on the near the bank there. No factor. Good swells hidden on the surface. And here's the other side of it. Nice, as you're looking in towards the sun, you can see some pretty well developed vortices with that steam fog rising off the water. Alright, we got some kind of boat powering towards us, so we're going to climb up and give them the space. Looks like maybe a jet ski. Morning. Alright, let's put one down in his wake there. And pretty good strong crosswind right to left here. A little bit of fog, or call them low clouds, lingering towards the south there. So doesn't look like it's going to be a factor yet, but we'll keep eyeballing it as we get closer. We'll get ourselves pinned under any of that stuff. A lot of swell down here. Pretty good left to right crosswind on this one. Stay on step for a minute. Always use a little practice there. of the fog clouds seem to be concentrated to the west end of the ridge there. So we're going to go take a look near the dam. Hopefully it's smooth over there. Got a bird coming off the water. Give it some space. Yeah, the wind computer says 3 knots, and the surface absolutely disagrees with that. We do have some boats down here sitting in between the 2 islands. So give them plenty of room. And of course we're watching for real interesting wind shears and patterns as we go near this area. The camera's in the wrong direction, but the dam is just through the cut on the right there. Now you can sort of see it on the water. You can see the wind patterns change right there. We'll expect a moderate-sized bump. And we got some boats over there near that island too. So. We'll leave the area, leave it to them, move on to the west. The flipped over pontoon boat I keep hearing about. Anderson in the boat wake. We saw the boat. A little splash here. Jet ski over there to our right, we'll avoid him. And now looking up the fingers there, you can see some of those low clouds come out over the water, so we're just going to avoid that area this morning. We do have some traffic departing off of Spirit Mountain Lake Airport. Be headed in our direction, so we're going to stay low so we can identify them. Going to switch fuel tank warning, checking my trim. We're still way heavier to the left side of the airplane, so we'll continue burning off the left tank. The area of the lake here that normally I like to climb up and then head back east, but that would put us pretty much right in line with the departure traffic there out of SML. So like I said, we're just going to loiter here till we figure out where they are and where they're going, and then make our plan after that. Real nice out here, so we can do some step taxi practice while we're waiting. A little bit of swell here, but not too bad. It'll be good practice. Alright, nothing's coming to the left. Let's do a left turn here. I actually end up counter steering with my right rudder and a little bit of right aileron input to just keep those wings level on the surface of the water. Checking for boats. It might have come up behind me. So far so good. Real interesting swirly wind right here. And there comes a boat. We're going to get up and off the water.
Now traffic 04 Romeo departing to the southeast, last call from out.
We got him in sight. He's airborne. He's headed in the direction he said he was. Just keep on circling around, not overfly this boat too close, and then we'll be able to continue north. something worth pointing out, or at least worth thinking about. Let me weave my way through these couple of boats and airplanes, and then I'll continue that thought. Alright, so we're ahead of the boat on front. We're giving this guy plenty of room, and our airplane's still over there, and we are still plenty under. Okay. What I was going to say is, like the wind computer in this, and not just this system, but any that offer it. And I want to say up front that I like this system a lot. I'm not bashing this system at all. But don't put your faith too much in these wind computers, because of the way they work. They rely on mostly GPS, right? And then obviously your other sensors for your heading and speed and whatnot. But as we get low, like when I was doing that step taxi, we lost GPS just enough that the wind computer just went away, and it started giving us complete nonsense readings. Which, when you look at the water, it was definitely not doing what the wind computer said it was. So as you're flying these things around, and the wind computer says one thing, and the water and the flags all say something different, trust the water, trust the flags. Now, don't trust your wind computer any more than you would trust ADSB in a place like this. Which way y'all going? Alright.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
Airport just off our right here, so going high enough to avoid these boats, give them plenty of room, staying low enough to avoid any departing traffic or anyone in the traffic pattern. And eyes outside. Boat down this way. We're going to do a splash and go. Well, never mind. We got a boat parked right in the middle of the channel here, so we'll get on clear of them. What I'd hoped to do there was start an approach run, knowing we got some weight coming at us. Recognize and abort the landing run there. Just again, practicing those things we may have to do, drill that habit, so we don't have to think too hard when we need them. Hello, friend. Good morning. All right, pretty not huge swells, but large pattern of fairly well-developed swell, wave, wake, whatever you want to call it here. So you can sort of hear and see the bumps that we're hitting. Yeah. Practice riding through some of that. Trying a little landing and step taxi through that area of rapidly shifting wind patterns you can see on the water. Alright, let's climb on up, get some altitude, cross the bridge. You have at least one fishing boat under there. And just a little spot of cloud just above it, so we're going to kind of split the difference. We're in Glasgow airspace down here, so it is 1 mile clear of clouds, and we're plenty clear of that one. Practice a little steeper approach than we normally would do. Make sure we can do it. Hit the water at a slower speed than normal. We might have to put it down and choppier water than we want, or shorter distance. This is the tool for that job. Cut the corner here as we head back home. obstacles, no power lines, no houses I'm zooming right over the top of. Again, I want to do one of the little steeper descent coming over this point, just to simulate those times if we had to. Alright, all of our trees and obstacles are clear. Throttling back. Do a little bit of a slip here, I don't need a big one. Just the start of a stall warning indication of touchdown. That's pretty good. What we're looking for on that specific one anyway. A lot of debris in this water right here, although so far what I'm seeing is like leaves and light stuff. I don't see any branches or trees. Alright, we'll take a look at this last straight stretch. On the lookout for that glassy water, but no luck so far this season. Start our approach run, make sure that the water's clear as we roll out. And yes, it is. And there's some areas that are really calm. I don't think they're going to be quite glassy, but they're very calm. Put debris right there. Let's power up and not land on that. Yeah, there's pieces of lumber laying there. We're just not even going to mess with this spot this morning. Alright, let's climb on up. Alright, after water checklist, so our bilge pump comes off, our landing light goes to off, our gear is still up. After water checklist complete. Alright, it's a fun morning. Back to work.